What's up, everybody? So welcome to week 0 of your challenge, right? So it starts tomorrow as week 0. It's not the official day 1 of your calendars. This coming week is just your practice run. It's your practice run to read your meal guides and get to know those. It's your practice run to familiarize yourself with some of the workouts and get to know them. It does not count as your official start date on your calendars as day 1. That will be next week. So this week is figure it all out, practice it, work out all the kinks so that next week on your first week you crush it, right? So since most of our challengers are doing the 21-day fix, I'm going to use this one as an example. But no matter what program you're doing, you got a little meal guide, right? The meal plan, the eating plan, the nutrition guide, the fuel your fight the fuel guide, whatever it's called. Every program has one. So you need to read it and follow it, okay? So the only exception is somebody who is starting off and we sent you another email, a meal plan separately, right? So then you can follow that one until you get the hang of it and then jump into the one that comes with your program. But for all 21-day fixers, you should be following this, no ifs, ands, or buts. So if you're looking through this, it's going to give you a calculation to figure out what calorie range you fall into. And I can tell you right now, most people are going to fall into the first two, right? 1,200 to 1,499 calories, and then 1,500 to 1,799 calories. Trust that calculation regardless of what you think is correct or what's not, because obviously what you think is correct has failed you your entire life. That's real talk. And I'm allowed to say things like that because I lost 67 pounds trusting these little documents here. So I'm a fun, cool guy, by the way. You know, I just have to play the tough guy in the group. I'm really not a tough guy in person. Anyways, trust that calculation, right? Boom, right there, page 4. Figure it out, and then continue to read. I can't tell you how important it is. This thing takes you like 20 minutes to read from beginning to end, word for word, right? So you're not going to waste a long time going through this. Learn about the zings. Let's go through your first 21 days with 0 zings. Everybody can do it. You can do anything for 21 days. That includes nothing in your coffees, nothing. Follow this as strict as possible. It's 21 days. What do you got to lose? Absolutely nothing. What else? Okay, so we get through the zings. You have the Shakeology, the water bar, blah, 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 calorie charts. Figure out which chart you're going to follow and then stick to it. You can print out the tally sheets, right? So I'll put these into the group files tomorrow so that you can write off each day what blocks you're eating. They're in the back of the book here, but if you're like me, I don't like to write on these things and ruin them, so I just have printed copies that I can get on the computer for everybody. They're PDFs. The containers, no calorie counting, none of that shenanigans, right? If you follow these portions, you will be set. I'm going to tell you right now, let me grab my meal plan, hang on. All right, I'm back. So you're going to do the exact same thing we did, right? So it took me a little while. But I want this, right? And I need this, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what it takes to do it right. This one's mine. I'm on the 1,500 to 1,800 category, as you can see. This one's Katie's. She's on the 12 to 1,500 category, as you can see. So we did it to lose, right? To lose, because we're going on a cruise in 30 days. And we're trying to lean out and get shredded for that cruise. So you're going to do that for your 21 days straight, right? So if you look here, my meal 1, right? So I'm going to have a blue, a red, and a yellow. I broke it out so that they're split. So at the top, I write how many of each I get total for the day. And then going down, I split it up so that they were pretty balanced. You know, if I got 4 greens, I gave myself 2 on lunch, 2 on dinner. I got 3 purples, I gave myself 1 on breakfast, 1 on lunch, and 1 on dinner. You know, 3 reds, 1 on breakfast, 1 on lunch, 1 on dinner. So you kind of just break it out, and then that's just how I do it. That's my process. You find your own. I kind of like balance them out so that there was always a nice little balance of blocks on each meal or snack. Obviously, the meals were a little bit bigger than the snacks. Our lunch is pretty Devo, but you can balance it out however you want. Maybe you like to eat heavy in the early in the day and end it off light, whatever. As long as you're not going over these containers, that's it. Then tally them up at the end on the bottom. Total. right? So the total there is 4. 2 there equals 4. The total I should have for the day is 4. So follow that and you're going to be fine. Trust this. For 21 days, you can do anything. And when you're eating 5-6 times a day, it doesn't matter because you're going to be filling yourself up constantly. So there's no excuses. And when you eat clean foods, you're going to now take that and you're going to say, what am I going to have for lunch? Okay, on this meal plan here, I gave myself for lunch 2 greens, 1 purple, 1 red, 1 yellow, right? So now I'm going to go to those lists. 2 greens. I'm going to pick anything from this list here, or any 2, and combine them, and give myself 2 green containers for lunch. Put that into a Tupperware, right? Next, I'm going to go on to purple. I get 1 purple, right? So it's going to be a fruit. So maybe I'll have an orange on the side with my lunch. That's going to be my purple. A red and a yellow, right? So the red, obviously, I'm going to have some chicken tomorrow, right? So I filled up the red container with chicken, packed it in nicely. Turns out it was 4 ounces. That's a normal portion size. So throw that into my Tupperware with my greens. So it turned out that I used broccoli for all of my greens. So it was a whole lot of broccoli. So I'm having chicken and broccoli, right? Now I also get a yellow. So my yellow, I went down the list, and we had a couple of yellows that we cooked for the week, so I chose rice for tomorrow's lunch. We have a bunch of other stuff ready to go, so I scooped out a yellow container of rice, brown rice, and put it into my Tupperware. So lunch is now packed, and I used my blocks. So I have a pretty decent lunch with those few blocks. Then my afternoon snack, I have 1 red, half a blue. My morning snack, I have a yellow, half a blue. So it's just like that, and then I'll go to those categories, and I'll pick out what I want to eat for that category that day. That's what I chose. And then you fix things as you go. Maybe tomorrow I'll go through this whole day that I planned, right? And I'll say, you know what, it was too much food on breakfast. Let me move one of these blocks somewhere else where I feel like I was a little hungry. It's trial and error. That's why you have a week 0. You play around with it, right? So do this. Do this. We post these on our fridge, and every night we prepare the containers for the next day's foods. Right? So we prep our Tupperwares. These are just measuring cups. These things here, they're like measuring cups. They trick you into measuring your food with little containers that don't really make you feel like you're measuring your food. So I say do it. Commit to it for 21 days. In your case, 28 days because we have the prep week, right? So you'll make a few mistakes in the first week. After that, no more excuses. Read this entire meal plan. Make some of these dressings if you want for that orange container. I say for your first 21 days, no zings, no treats, no alcohol. All right. As you get into your second round of 21-day fix, maybe you could incorporate the zing policy, which is a couple of times a week where you're replacing something. Right. So tomorrow's breakfast, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have a purple, a red, and a yellow. So I'm going to have Shakeology as my red, right? Shakeology and water. My yellow is going to be some bulgur wheat, and I have 2 tablespoons of nut butter that I'll put in the bulgur wheat, and it's kind of like oatmeal or quinoa. It's like one of those types of things. And then I'll have like a little bowl of fruit to go along with that. So that's my breakfast. So I need you to figure this out. I need you to read through this and really commit to the next 28 days of your life, right? Just follow this. Trust the process. The process works. And then you're going to learn every day this week. You're going to get tagged in a morning tip by one of our super duper coaches. We'll come in. Well, they're going to post a tip. We'll come in and we'll tag you in that tip and tell you to read the above tip that relates to you for that day. So good luck, everybody. Let us know if you have questions. We're a message, email, phone call, text away, just not tonight because The Walking Dead is on. And that's it. I hope this video is helpful. And peace out. Let me know if you have questions. I'm going to post these documents in the group for you to print. Peace.